Nothing touches our heartstrings more than photos of children, especially those who struggle simply to stay alive every day. And so it is with the children treated at the Hopital Sacre in Haiti, a hospital whose very existence at times seemed in doubt. It is an example of how Catholics live their faith as we are taught in the Catechism. We'll take you to Haiti and learn more about the modern Catechism in Living Your Faith. Up next. The knights and dames live their faith by preserving the dignity of the human person, even under the most trying of circumstances. How do we translate that into our daily lives? Here to talk about it, our panel. Monsignor Kevin Irwin, Dean of the School of Theology and Religious Studies at the Catholic University of America, Professor William Mattison, and Professor Joseph Capisi, all with CU. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Let's start with you, Monsignor. In Haiti, we're caring for the very sickest and the poor, but this is also about being a global citizen.
That's correct. Every Sunday, Catholics say the Creed, and we speak about one holy, Catholic, and apostolic faith. Well, Catholic, one of the meanings of Catholic is universal, worldwide. We are our brother's brother and sister worldwide, not just our neighborhood, not just close friends. And so this universal church we belong to has many faces. It has many bodies, many contours, many colors, and we are part of each other, is what this says. So when we talk about human persons, we talk about the global village, that's simply what Catholic is. It's also apostolic. To be sent forth to care for others is part of what it means to really be Catholic. The Catholic Church, it seems to me, is uniquely qualified because we divide the world into parishes. And what does that mean? It means every place you are, you belong. You belong to a group. You belong to each other. And whether it's your local parish or the worldwide Catholic Church, that's part of what this is, the global village of the faith.
You talk about it at the global village of faith, but you're also taking it down to the very basic, the root of human dignity, of who is a person and why is that person good and why do we need to treat all people the same way. So now we get into really the issue, it's a very moral issue about the good between good and evil, is it not, in the way we treat other people? Professor Madison?
Yeah, well, our faith teaches us that God is love, so the way that we can live out our faith in a God of love is to love one another, and that means, as modeled by Jesus, reaching out to people where they're at in their brokenness, whether it's their ignorance or their sinfulness or their poor health, and lovingly serving them to bring them back to full flourishing. And that's what a life of faith is all about. So the work that the Order of Malta does in Haiti is a perfect exemplification of trying to bring people back to flourishing. They're here in physical health, but also in terms of our moral lives, our spiritual lives. The Church guides us so that we can live lives of genuine happiness in union with God and one another. And that's what the moral life is in our life of faith.
Well, we're talking a little bit here about freedom of choice and morality, and this compendium also says that taking responsibility is sometimes canceled out by ignorance, fear, or even habit, which to me seems like it's kind of a way of not having to be accountable for what you do. Is it okay then? Is it okay to do anything if you don't really truly know the difference between right and wrong?
No, and I don't think it's so much that it's an issue of taking responsibility, is excluded by our ignorance. Instead, what we have to remind ourselves is that there are certain things we're responsible for knowing, and if we don't know them, then we're responsible, morally accountable for not knowing those things. On the other hand, there are going to be times when, for whatever reason, we are ignorant of certain kinds of things, and that's going to mitigate our accountability for the things that we might do when we don't know that it's wrong to do this. You can think just in terms of child rearing and the things that children know and don't know, right? There are certain times when obviously you have an expectation that your child will know right from wrong, but there are of course other times when you have the expectation the child doesn't know what is right and what is wrong, and they may do something that we know is wrong, and we teach them, look, this is wrong, but we don't hold them morally accountable either for not knowing that the thing was wrong that they did or for doing the thing that was wrong because they didn't know it.